In the Hand of Dante, a handwritten manuscript of Dante Alighieri's poem, the Divine Comedy, makes its way from a priest to a mob boss in New York City, where it is taken by Nick Tosches, played by Oscar Isaac, after he is asked to verify its authenticity. In the Hand of Dante is directed by Julian Schnabel, who has directed films such as The Diving Bell and The Butterfly and Before Night Falls. And In the Hand of Dante just debuted in the Out of Competition strand of the Venice Film Festival. In the Hand of Dante is a very ambitious, clumsy, kind of epic film, and that clumsiness and that epic nature of the film makes it not a very successful film, but also makes it a kind of curious watch, because it's so messy and so very strange that this nature of the film makes it quite entertaining at parts. John Malkovich plays this mob boss, and he finds out that somewhere in Europe there's this manuscript of Dante's The Divine Comedy. It's been hidden for hundreds of years, and John Malkovich, one of his employees, Louise Cancelmi, knows someone in New York who he's a writer himself, but he's played by Oscar Isaac. He knows that a lot about he has a lot of connections in the literary world. So he introduces Oscar Isaac to John Malkovich, and this mob boss John Malkovich tells Oscar Isaac that he will pay him and to join Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler is John Malkovich's kind of tough guy, hitman who kills people for him. So Gerard Butler and Oscar Isaac, they travel to Europe to get this manuscript, and they have to kill the people who have this manuscript, and they have to kill all of the witnesses, and they basically just go through Europe and kill many people, and then finally they can bring this manuscript back to America, back to John Malkovich, and Oscar Isaac has to spend most of the film making sure this manuscript is actually real and not fake, and just kind of make this manuscript authentic, so John Malkovich can sell this manuscript and share the money with Oscar Isaac. But there's also kind of a second story where it goes back hundreds and hundreds of years back to where Dante was a writer, and Dante is also played by Oscar Isaac in these period pieces, and some of the actors in the present day time also play some of the actors in this period piece as well. Like Oscar Isaac plays Nick in the present time, and he plays Dante in the period piece, and Gerard Butler plays like a pope priest in like a very heavy beard in the period piece as well. And Gadot, she plays two characters in the present time. She plays the romantic interest of Isaac's Nick. She plays his secretary, but also his love interest. But also in the period piece in Dante's time, she plays Dante's wife as well. But these elements, this story played in the period piece, didn't really gel for me. I didn't really understand what was going on. Like Dante, played by Oscar Isaac, he kind of having very many troubles in his life. He doesn't really understand what's going on in his life, and he's not happy with his wife, and I didn't really understand what those, because the present day time is taken maybe just over 2 hours, and these period piece elements of the film take up about 20-30 minutes at most, and I found that part of the film quite confusing and slow, and we're not really introduced to those characters very well, so they really bogged the film down quite a bit. In the final hour of the film, Dante meets an Italian woman played by Sabrina Impacciatore, and she is helping Oscar Isaac authenticate this document, not this document, but for some reason she had her boyfriend or partner is played by Jason Momoa, and Jason Momoa, for some reason, he knows every move that Oscar Isaac and Gerard Butler they are making. Like he knows he's basically secretly following them around Europe, and he shows up in the final hour of the film. He wants to get his hands on this manuscript as well, but I don't know how. Like his character is not really explored very well, so I don't know how he knows about this manuscript and how he knows about Oscar Isaac and Gerard Butler, and it's quite silly, but him and Oscar Isaac and Gerard Butler in the final hour of the film end up being in a showdown for this manuscript, and you also get like kind of like cameo roles from Martin Scorsese as this kind of like old man in the period piece who guides Dante in his life, and we also get to meet Al Pacino in the present day time, kind of like a flashback where Oscar Isaac is a young boy and he gets in a scuffle with another young boy, and Al Pacino is his uncle, and he has this one nice scene with him and the young boy, him teaching him about life. So for me, even though this film is not very successful, I think it's those present day scenes where Oscar Isaac is kind of like being double crossed, and everybody's trying to like double cross each other and get this manuscript, and Oscar Isaac is kind of like, you can see that has his own motives. You don't really know what's going to happen, but you can see that he has his own ideas of what he's going to do in the film, and I think it's his performance. He's quite good in the film, and I think it's in the second half of the film the tensions arise and get deeper and deeper, and there's some quite violent scenes in the second half of the film. So even though this film is very, very messy and clumsy, and a lot of the performances are a little bit shonky, especially the accents in this film, I still think this film is quite entertaining sometimes, despite itself. And even though there's a lot of stunt casting in this film, I think the presence of these actors do make this film kind of like a curious entertainment. So for me, even though this film was quite bogged down a little bit by those period pieces, I did find those present day scenes, which are mostly in black and white, quite curiously entertaining. I give In Hand of Dante 2.5 stars out of 5. It's a very ambitious, clumsy film with a lot of stunt casting, a lot of dodgy accents, but for me, I found the present day scenes quite entertaining in a clumsy, what's going to happen type of way. So even though this film is quite not very successful, it's quite strange at times, I did find it quite entertaining, especially in the present day time. So what did you think of In the Hand of Dante? Please comment below what you thought of the film. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.